External control is where we use external records or CDs to control playback of the music in Torque. And it's really easy to set up. You basically just have to do two things. Select the inputs from your audio interface where your turntables or CDs are connected, and then enabling external control in the preferences. So you begin by opening Torque's preferences, making sure that we've got the control inputs selected here. Input 1 and 2 is used for the left turntable. Input 3 and 4 is choose from the right table. You can always click and reassign if you'd like. And then by clicking on the middle tab, we bring up the external control preferences. And the first step is to just enable external control by choosing yes at the top. Now, when I put the needle on the record and press play, we're going to see on screen a number of values start reading, and this shows that the timecode is working properly. Error index should always be a nice low number, indicating that you've got good records and good needles. If this number turns red for any reason, replace your records or needles or check your connections, because noise is interfering with the signals that are coming from the records. Now, when we close this, we can see that the music is tracking the motion of the vinyl right now. If I stop the record, the music stops. If I run it backwards, music goes backwards. And it's just like using a real record. You can scratch and do all the things you normally do. Now, right now, we are in absolute mode, which is shown on screen by this icon right here on the left. It shows two arrows pointing in to a line. That means that anytime I lift the needle and place it in a different location, we see the music actually moves to follow it. We can see that using this little yellow line in the overview waveform. I'll move back towards the beginning of the record, and then we see that the line continues to move forward back to the beginning of the record as well. Now, we also have another mode called relative mode. Click the absolute mode button, and the arrows change, indicating that we're now in relative mode. What ends up happening is that Torque only follows the movement of the record, forward and backward. If you're to lift the needle and put it in a different location, the music restarts from where it left off. So this is nice if your needle happens to skip or anything like that, your music will stay in the same place. Just like that. And then switching back into absolute mode will make the music jump to the current location of the needle. Now, there are a couple times when using Torque that the mode will switch automatically into relative mode. And that will occur anytime you're jumping to a new location in the song or doing anything that breaks the location of the music from where the needle is on the record. An example of that is creating a loop. When I create a loop here, the music is looping, the needle is still moving forward through the record, but the music is staying in place. We can see right here that the button has changed into relative mode automatically. That way the music keeps going and you don't have any conflicts. When you turn off the loop, it just keeps going from right where it was and you're still free to scratch. But you are not able to re-cue into a new location using the needle. If you need to go to a new location, just click in the overview waveform to jump to another area. Another thing that can trigger this is using quick cues. So if I were to set a quick cue right here, when I jump back to that quick cue, the deck is automatically going to turn into relative mode, because now the music no longer corresponds to the position of the needle on the record. But you can still see that the music responds, so you're still free to scratch and do any other kind of manipulations that you normally do with a record. Another feature that we've built in here is run-out protection. In case your needle is near the end of the record, but you still have a lot of time left in your song, the music will not stop when the control signals run out on the record. The music will continue to play, and you'll be free to lift the needle, move it back near the beginning of the record again, and then regain control of the music. For example, lift the needle, place it near the beginning of the record, let it sit there for a moment, and then you get control of the music again. So you can keep doing that over and over again, running to the middle, moving it back to the beginning again, and music will never stop.